Alright, hello everyone. Today I wanted to review some camping gear that I bought from a store called Daiso. I was, due to some unforeseen circumstances, had to repurchase all of or most of my camping gear. I didn't want to break the bank to do it. I looked around this store called Daiso and wound up finding most of the things that I need. If you're looking for good budget camping options, I wanted to review these, kind of go through them with you, talk a little bit about the costs. If you're not familiar with Daiso, Daiso is a Japanese dollar store chain where most of the items there are $1.50. I can appreciate if you are not into Japanese produced goods. If that is not for you, then I would say that this video is not for you. So with that out of the way, let's go ahead and get started. First of all, this is an item that was actually more than $1.50. They do have a few items that run in the $4 to maybe $8 range. I could be wrong about that. But for the most part, most of these things are $1.50. This one is not. It's just a simple camping lantern. The way that it works is it has a top switch here that turns on this outer lamp, and then a kind of more standard flashlight. I think this was maybe $3 or $4, but I think that if you get it and you don't already have a flashlight, you'll be pretty happy with it. I haven't ultimately needed this too much, but it's a nice option to have. Okay, moving on. I have a smaller single LED flashlight. This site was $1.50 flat. It's not very bright. This is kind of like the type of thing that you would keep in your pocket to just help you find your way to put out the trash or something like that. But this is pretty helpful, obviously, to have. I think it runs on a single AA or AAA. Can't go wrong with something like that. The next option is this little Carabiner Clip. I use that on the trip that I'm on currently to hang up some lanterns. I've been car camping, so I hung these off of the pull grips on the car, and this allowed me to suspend those, and works great. I really like the color. We have also a metal bowl, kind of getting into the toiletries and cutlery and cooking options and things like that. This metal bowl, I believe, was also $1.50. It comes with a little lid. I had in mind that I would use this for transporting frozen items. Didn't end up doing that this trip. Haven't really used it, but can't go wrong with a small aluminum bowl. Now this is something that really is intriguing to me. It is a collapsible bowl. It's a collapsible bowl made of silicone. Funny enough, I was in an REI yesterday, and this exact same type of bowl for camping was made by a well-known brand name for $17. So this being $1.50 obviously is quite a better deal than that. As you can see, it doesn't collapse very easily, but that is actually to its benefit, because you don't want it to collapse very easily while you have something hot in it. Haven't used these yet, but having looked at the competition's really not any different. One of the great strengths of this thing, though, and something I think that's pretty cool, is it also comes with a little lid, and the competitors did not have anything like that. The next option is something they call a pot. I ended up using this for olive oil. I've got two of these, one for dish soap, one for olive oil. Again, $1.50. This is a squeezable bottle. It's got an open top to it. This sort of thing was in the kitchen area. In fact, most of the stuff at Daiso is not in a specific camping area. It's kind of spread out, even stuff that is specifically for camping. So I want to make sure that you're aware that if you're looking for these items, you're going to have to potentially search just a little bit throughout the store. We have something that I've found really handy. I use it for camping and in the house. It's just a little pop-up brush. As you can see, it's a little bit dirty right now. I use it to brush all sorts of things off. I have a little mat that I use to step into the car with, and I brushed the dirt off of it this morning, hence the little dirt there. But I love that I can retract it like that. Again, great deal at $1.50. I have this little torch. This was also $1.50, not made by Daiso, but bought at Daiso. I should add that most of the items that you're seeing here are actually created, or I guess manufactured for Daiso. Just as a word of warning, all the things you're seeing here may not be available on the website. You might need to go to a physical store for that. The next option that I've got here is this kind of strainer bowl. This thing is incredible. Basically, you've got a bowl as it is, and then a strainer. So if you needed to strain out pasta or anything like that, this is very small. It's only like maybe 6 inches across or something like that. Great option. You could probably use this for washing up or something like that as well. Again, you can't go wrong for $1.50. This is something that's a little bit more heavy duty, and yeah, it's a cast iron skillet. So a cast iron skillet is something that is a little bit of an acquired taste, I guess I would say. A lot of people have difficulties with cast iron. There are issues with using non-stick skillets and the toxins and things like that that are in that non-stick material, so I tend to stick with cast iron. This mini cast iron pan was, I think, $4 at Daiso. It works just like any other cast iron skillet that I've already used. From what I understand, it was pre-seasoned. At least that's what I was told by someone in my life. And just a word of warning with this: if you've never used a cast iron skillet before, you want to look it up. Make sure that you have a good understanding of how they work. They heat up much more quickly than most cooking implements, and you should just be aware that they are they have their own set of rules, I guess I would say, that don't apply to other types of pots. But again, can't go wrong for a few bucks. Okay, now something maybe a little bit more esoteric for people. This is a mess tin used for cooking, and I prepared rice in this last night. Basically what I did is I lined this with parchment paper, filled it with rice and water, and I put it over the stove. This mess tin was one of the most expensive items that you're going to see here today. As you can see, it cleaned up pretty well. But again, just another sort of camping pot. I guess this is in the shape of other similar mess tins. I don't know much about mess tins, to be quite honest. I also got this little pop-up ladle. I'm not going to fully extend it, but you can see how it would work. You just kind of put it in place like that, and you can stir your soups or whatever you might need to do. The same with this sort of stirring or cooking spoon. Again, can't go wrong for $1.50. We've got some compressed towels. These compressed towels, if you've ever used these before, they're tablet form. Basically, you put a little bit of water to them and they pop up. This has been great for cleaning up the campsite, cleaning up things like cups and the aforementioned cast iron pan. We've got just a few things left here. We've got a collapsible cup. Other options that I've seen have been in the several dollar range, $10, $15, you name it. Okay, and then another option we got here is something very simple. Little $1.50 silicone trivet. This is great if you have some sort of a camping table or a surface that you're worried about scorching. You can just lay this down, put your hot surface onto it, and it'll take care of things. Coming into the home stretch, we got something that was actually something I had the least confidence in, but has turned out to be one of my favorite purchases, which is a portable cutting board. So if you go into Daiso, I don't know if you can read this, Montaigne, that's basically the brand labeling that Daiso applies to anything that they think is sort of camping related. But as I said, it's not necessarily going to be in the camping area. If I pop this guy open, what you'll see, if I can get it open appropriately, there we go. You'll see this cutting board surface, which I have cut on. Just lay it down like that, and you cut. And then inside of here are a few more Daiso implements, the instructions for the rice cooker. This is a holder for the cast iron handle. For whatever reason, it says "Make My Day" on it. Who knows why? You absolutely need something to hold the cast iron handle, by the way. It will heat up to the exact same temperature as the pan, and you can burn the crap out of your hands if you don't pay close attention. This is also from Daiso. It is a two-way can opener / bottle opener. So it's got a can opener here at the top, another can opener here at the bottom. And of course, the bottle opener is a little sharp, so I store that in here. I got a lighter. Again, not necessarily something made by Daiso, but they do sell it there. And then something I didn't get to use on this trip, but this is a telescoping blowpoke, maybe they call it. I'm not quite sure, but the idea is that you blow down one end of this and you can get your fire going pretty quickly without risking life and limb. Okay, something you would probably expect to see, and I apologize that this is dirty because obviously I used it, but this is a camp plate. The one that I've got here is plastic. You can see it says Montagne maybe. Design your lifestyle, carry it, and fun. Estib 1988. I've been pretty happy with this. Works great. It's plastic, very easy to clean. They did have some aluminum options. They did have vacuum sealed options, I should also mention. I didn't want to have the rattling in the place that I'm storing everything, so I opted not to do that. We have a collapsible bucket. Basically, I got this for water, basically to haul up water to put out campfires or wash things up, whatever you might think. I'm apparently not going to be able to telescope this at the time being, but it's just a bucket. And this is far, far cheaper than I've seen these things anywhere else. I love that it has a little handle on the side, so it's very simple to pick up and turn. It has a specific side to it, and it's been wonderful. And then the last option here is something that I'm using to transport a lot of this stuff in, and this is a collapsible container. So should add, by the way, this little metal tray is going to allow me to set down utensils, things like that. That's a great deal for $1.50. But if I take everything out of this, we'll just do that really quickly. What I can do is collapse the whole thing just like that. And again, if I remember correctly, this is maybe $2 or $3. So it's a great little caddy for all of my cooking implements. As a side note here, I just wanted to say that there were a few things that Daiso did have that I was not impressed with the quality of, so I did not purchase those things. So, for example, their cutlery I thought was pretty subpar. So forks, spoons, their knives. I did buy a folding knife that I did show here that I've been pretty happy with, but like butter knives, they were all just a bit too flat to serve my needs, but they do have those sorts of options available. They did not have any a spatula that I was happy with. I'm still actually looking for a spatula. REI did not have a good camping spatula, surprisingly enough. So that is something that I personally, from a quality perspective, was not interested in. I don't know that I would recommend that you look for those sorts of things at Daiso. So this has just been again, kind of a quick overview of all of these awesome Daiso camping implements. I've been pretty happy with everything that I've used thus far. I think the thing that I like the most about all these options is that they are tiny. They're very little. They're great to fit into whatever spaces you might happen to have, and they will, I think, be a great aid to you when you're out camping, car camping, whatever it is that you happen to be doing. Well, thank you so much for spending time with me today. If you like this video, go ahead and click on the like button. I don't know if I'm going to do more videos like this, but if I do, go ahead and subscribe just in case, and if and when I do, it'll pop up in your feed. Thank you so much and have a great day.